All right, welcome to This Explainer. Today we're unpacking a really fascinating insight from a recent 100-day series on online income. And it's all about the zero-audience freelancing method. So if you're sick and tired of feeling like you need to become some massive influencer before you can earn a single dollar online, well, you're absolutely in the right place. We're going to fast-track your way into the freelance economy right now.
Section 1. The Zero-Audience Solution. Let's look at bypassing those massive entry barriers.
So, 1,000. That is the exact number of followers you need just to submit an application for programs like TikTok Shop. 1,000. It's basically a massive brick wall standing right between you and your first sale. And even if you miraculously hit that number super quickly, there's a mandatory 30-day waiting period tacked right on top of it. You're essentially forced to spend months grinding away, creating content, and just hoping for the best before the platform even allows you to play in their sandbox.
But let's compare that to zero. Because zero is exactly what you need to start freelancing on Fiverr today. We're talking 0 followers, 0 audience built up beforehand, absolutely no 30-day waiting period, and incredibly, no tedious ID verification process required just to get your foot in the door. It's a total paradigm shift from the gated communities of those other platforms. Moving on to Section 2, breaking the entry barrier. It's all about starting with a free account and a skill.
Now, the core psychology behind this system is incredibly freeing. The saying goes, you need to be slightly better at something than someone who has zero time to do it themselves. Actually, scratch that whole I need to be a world-class expert mindset right now. You don't need a master's degree. You just need to be slightly better than the person hiring you. You aren't selling absolute perfection to a panel of strict judges. You're literally just selling convenience to a stressed-out business owner who desperately needs a specific task taken off their plate today.
And we are talking about highly accessible skills here. Writing, basic graphic design, data entry, voiceover work, or simple video editing. These are definitely not highly specialized technical skills that require you to drop thousands on a coding bootcamp. These are everyday skills that regular people kind of just already possess from existing in the digital age. And the absolute best part? Real businesses are actively and enthusiastically willing to pay for these services right now, simply because they just don't have the hours in the day to do them internally. Which brings us to Section 3. Marketplace versus the algorithm, harnessing the power of active search. Think about the typical social media grind for a second. You post, and then you're just kind of waiting around, right? Just hoping an unpredictable algorithm pushes your content to the masses on TikTok or YouTube. It's completely out of your control. But a direct marketplace completely flips the script. It puts your profile right in front of buyers who are actively typing into a search bar looking for exactly what you offer. You are entirely bypassing that unpredictable algorithm and plugging straight into a system fueled by massive existing buyer search intent. It's a total game changer. Let's look at Section 4, the honest trade-off, time for money versus passive scale.
Look, there's no magic bullet in online business, and we need to have a reality check about the honest trade-off here. When we look at start speed, the marketplace model is crazy fast. You could genuinely get your first order tomorrow. But audience-building platforms, like a recipe site or TikTok shop, those take months to build up. The underlying mechanics are vastly different too. One requires active, direct work at your computer, while the other can eventually scale passively and earn money while you sleep. Ultimately, it boils down to the classic trade of time for money versus the long game of building an audience. Both are totally valid, but they operate on completely different timelines.
Finally, Section 5, your next steps. Let's map your path forward.
So if you're starting from absolute scratch, meaning 0 followers, 0 email list, literally 0 audience anywhere on the internet, this active marketplace strategy is for sure your fastest entry point into making your first online income. But what if you already have a bit of a following? Well, the strategy is clear. You should explore those slower audience-based methods alongside your active freelancing, not instead of it. You can leverage the immediate cash flow from the marketplace while patiently building those passive assets in the background. It's the perfect hybrid approach.
So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one absolutely critical question to think about. Look at your current lifestyle and your financial needs. What is your biggest asset right now? Do you have the immediate time to trade for money starting this very week? Or do you have the long-term patience to sit back and slowly build an audience over the next several months? Being brutally honest with yourself about that answer is exactly what's going to dictate your next step today. So what's it going to be?